What's going on, everybody? And I hope you're enjoying your Saturday morning so far. This is NYG Jeffy T85 here, and I'm going to talk about some of the news and notes going around the New York Giants heading into this weekend, and as the Giants get ready for the rest of the NFL Combine with Brian Daboll, head coach of the Giants, general manager Joe Schoen, a lot of the New York Giants scouts at the NFL Combine as we speak, scouting some of these new young players that could eventually become New York Giants in the future, as well as talk about the latest rumors going around with Daniel Jones, Saquon Barkley, and some of the other free agents for the New York Giants. But first off, I want to give a special shout out to everybody that was on yesterday's New York Giants and Football Friday show with me, Mac the Giants fan, Sevi Mizrahi, Adam Costas, Mitch Kovsky. I want to thank all you guys for popping on with me on the show. NYG22, aka Mr. Unpopular Opinion Sports, Rafael Chassin. Thank you guys all for popping on to the show yesterday. I hope all you guys have a great rest of your day too. Thank you sincerely. And everybody out there, thank you for the support. Now, in terms of the New York Giants news that's been going on around now. First, I'm going to start out with the Daniel Jones news. I know every single day there's like new Daniel Jones news that's dropping. According to ESPN.com's Jordan Renan, he reported yesterday that the New York Giants and Daniel Jones have seemingly made some progress on a contract extension between Jones and the organization and the Giants organization that could pay him upwards of about $40 million per year. Right now, the going rate is that Daniel Jones is reportedly asking for around $45 million per season. Reportedly, take it with a grain of salt, however you want to take it. And that the Giants are looking to try to pay him within the annual salary of about $39 million per season, maybe around $40 million right now. And it just seems like that the team and Jones are trying to get into like a little bit of a gap, around like maybe the $41 million a year per season contract. And it sounds like it could be around 4 or 5 years with the potential incentives added to the contract and maybe an out after 2 or 3 seasons. Nobody should be surprised by this. I talked about it yesterday on the show. Nobody should be surprised about Daniel Jones being in this much demand. But the Giants are going to get something done with Daniel Jones. There's no reason to ever get upset and worried about Daniel Jones not potentially being here. Like I said, it's been the easiest thing to do is get a contract done before the March 7th franchise tag deadline. That way, if you do that, the Giants will tag Saquon Barkley, so then you have both Jones and Barkley back in 2023, and then you could eventually see if you could work out a long-term deal with Saquon Barkley during that whole tag period between now and, of course, middle of July, to see if you can work out a long-term deal and keep them both here for the future going forward. In terms of like some of the other news that's been going on with the New York Giants are still planning on talking with Julian Love, still planning on talking with Nick Gates and some of these other players while they're at the NFL Combine at LucasOilStadium down in Indianapolis, Indiana. Question is, how much money are they going to be willing to pay some of these guys? Would you be willing to pay Julian Love $7 million per season? Would you be willing to pay Nick Gates about $4 or $5 million per season? Would you be willing to pay some of these guys the type of money that they might be looking for in free agency? I mean, it doesn't hurt to have some of these depth guys here. And at least, one of the things the New York Giants badly need is depth at certain positions going into the season. So that's going to be something else to continue to monitor. And as I mentioned in one of my news articles I did a couple of days ago from the New York Giants, is that they're apparently, according to Matt Lombardo, they're going to be very hot and heavy in the linebacker market in free agency this upcoming season. But it doesn't mean that they're not going to go out there and still try to add some more depth at the linebacker position in the NFL draft, as depth is the name of the game for the New York Giants this offseason, and they're still planning on seeing if they can work out long-term deals with Dexter Lawrence to keep him here for a long term, and work out a long-term deal or an extension with Leonard Williams to try to lower down his cap number, which is supposed to be $32 million per season this year. So just be on the lookout for some of that type of activity that could be happening with the New York Giants, as well as some other cuts that could still be on the horizon for the New York Giants. As we already know, they're going to be cutting Kenny Golladay at the beginning of the league year, free agent NFL league year on March 15th. They just don't know. Joe Schoen doesn't know if he's going to designate it a post-June 1st cut, which will spread out his cap hit within the next couple of years, or if he's going to make it a pre June first cut, which would pretty much give the New York Giants a $14.7 million cap hit in 2023. But the Giants will be cleared of all his cap hits going into the 2024 season. So that's just still something that they're looking to see and monitor going into the rest of this offseason. And then obviously the Giants are scouting some of the combine players right now at the NFL Combine today. They've already spoken yesterday with some of the key defensive players like a Trenton Simpson, like a B.J. Ojulari, and some of the others. Obviously the Giants are going to be very interested in the wide receiver market. That's going to be going on today in terms of, some of the combine players. Could be interested in a Jordan Addison, could be interested in a Quentin Johnson, could be interested, in a Joshua Downs. Could be interested in a Rashee Rice, Xavier Hutchinson, Jonathan Mingo, Dante Demas, Raheem Jarrett, a couple of the other players that could be there, Jalen Hyatt, Cedric Tillman. Whoever the Giants are going to be hot and heavy, and also looking at some of these later prospects are going to be coming out in the NFL draft as well. So expect it to be a very busy day for Joe Schoen, Brian Daboll, and the New York Giants in terms of scouting some of these wide receivers and even the running back market. Even though Saquon Barkley could still be back, there still is a possibility they're going to be looking to draft another running back in the NFL draft, maybe towards the middle rounds, just to try to add some more depth to that running back position, because of the fact that Saquon Barkley did wear down a little bit towards the end of the season and was dealing with a couple of minor injuries during the season that slowed him down, and because Matt Breida is a free agent and Gary Brightwell still hasn't gotten a whole lot of opportunities on the football field, so we'll have to wait and see if Brightwell might get another opportunity in 2023 to really show what he can do, or if the Giants are going to continue to add more depth at that running back position going forward. But either way, it's going to be very interesting to see what the Giants are going to do, what exactly they're looking in terms of scouting these positional players at the NFL Combine. And as well as right now, it seems like that the Giants and Daniel Jones are about 50-50 on a contract extension before the March 7th franchise tag deadline. So right now, it's up in the air. It could go to a long-term deal, or Daniel Jones can end up getting the franchise tag, which would pay him a guaranteed $32.4 million and would complicate things a lot more going into NFL free agency for the Giants, including trying to keep some of their own players they would like to sign back, like a Saquon Barkley, like a Julian Love, like a Nick Gates, like a John Feliciano, like maybe a Jahide Ward, etc. So we'll have to wait and see, but that's just some of the news and notes that I wanted to give you guys, as well as some NFL scouting combine stuff around the New York Giants heading into the combine, and some of the news and notes heading into the NFL franchise tag deadline on March 7th. Hit that like button if you like the video. Give a sub to NYGJeffyT85 for more news updates and chatter surrounding the New York Giants. Turn on the bell for notifications of the next video or short dropping on the channel surrounding the New York Giants. And let me know in the comments section what you think about Daniel Jones and the New York Giants being 50-50 on a potential contract extension before March 7th. Some of the NFL draft prospects the New York Giants are scouting at the Combine, or they have spoken to already, as well as what's going to happen with some of the other impending New York Giants free agents, and what position they're going to be targeting, positions they'll be targeting in free agency when we get to March 15th next week. Or a couple of weeks. Thank you very much, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Take it easy, and let's go New York Football Giants. Together Blue, everyone.